First of all, thanks for being here in my YouTube channel. So friends, in this video that is on lesson number 4 on the topic profit and loss. So now we are going to learn one of the most important concept, that is no profit and no loss concept, right? So before watching this video, again, do not forget to watch lesson number 1. Start learning from lesson number 1 and then lesson number 2 and lesson number 3, and then come to this lesson number 4. You will feel easy and you can able to understand what I am saying here in this lesson number 4, right? All the videos are free, so you can just visit my YouTube channel and try to watch all my videos, right? So now, before solving a question on this lesson number 4, so first you have to understand, right? So you can able to see in the topic profit and loss, most of the question looks similar, right? You can able to have written 3 questions here. Just find out what is the difference between 3 questions. What is the major difference? So first question, Ramesh bought 2 horses for 1,200 each. He sells one at a profit of 10% and he sells another at a loss of 10%. So what is the overall profit or loss percentage in the transaction? So that is the first question. Second question, Ramesh sold 2 horses for 1,200 each. He sells one at a profit of 10% and other at a loss of 10%. So again, we have to find the same thing, find the total profit or a loss percentage in the transaction. What about the third question? Ramesh bought 2 horses for 1,200. He sells one at a profit of 10% and another at a loss of 10%. Find the net profit or a loss percentage in the transaction. So when just see here, when you see all the 3 questions, right, it looks similar, but there are major difference between all the 3. So now in this lesson number 4, we are going to learn this. Lesson number 5, we are going to learn this. Lesson number 6, we are going to learn this type of question to solve. Just listen here. First, let me move on to this first question and third question. So first question and third question, can you able to find what is the difference? Here also Ramesh bought 2 horses and he sells one at 10% profit, another at 10% loss. Here also Ramesh bought 2 horses. Here also he is selling one horse at 10% profit, another horse at 10% loss. What is the major difference here? The major difference is the word each. So what is the meaning of the word each? Just see here, Ramesh bought 2 horses for 1,200 each. But here there is a no word called each. The meaning here is, in the first question, he bought 2 horses, horse 1 and horse 2. Each horse is 1,200 rupees. So horse 1 will be 1,200, horse 2 will be 1,200. So the total will be 2,400 rupees. So Ramesh bought 2 horses, each 1,200, which means the total price of the 2 horses, cost price of the 2 horses will be 2,400. But when you look at the third question, here also Ramesh bought 2 horses for 1,200, but it is not each. So which means total horse 1 and horse 2 will be 1,200. Here we know what is horse 1 price and horse 2 price. But here we don't know horse 1 how much rupees he bought, horse 2 how much rupees he bought. But the total price of 2 horses is 1,200. So friends, that's the difference between question number 1 and question number 3. If there is a word each, then it is lesson number 4. If there is no word each in the question, then it is lesson number 6. Lesson number 6 is a different case. Lesson number 4 is the different case. So now I hope you understood the logic, right? So now let me move on to the first question and second question. What is the major difference? So first question, second question, finding the difference is easy. Why? Because in the first question, he bought 2 horses, which means the cost price of the 2 horses will be 1,200. But when you look at the second question, he sold 2 horses. So which means the selling price has been given. Selling price of the first horse is 1,200. Selling price of the second horse is 1,200. So that is the difference between the first question and the second question. So first question, it is bought. Second question, it is sold. Right? And the third question and first question look similar, but there is a word missing, that is each. If there is a word each, then it is a first question. If there is no word each, then it is a last model, that is lesson number 6. So friends, understood, right? So first, before solving these kinds of question, you have to understand, right? So what type the question they are asking, and then I will be teaching you how to solve all the different model either by a traditional method or else by a simplified traditional method. I will teach you everything. So no worries, you can just like that solve the question. But only thing is, by seeing the question, you have to decide first whether which model the question is, which lesson we have learned this type of question, and then solving will be easy, right? So friends, and there is a small technique, right? Small trick. When you see the first model question, always the answer will be no profit, no loss. You don't want to solve. So why? Because just listen here. When you should say no profit, no loss, if both the values are same, 10%, 10%. If both the values are same, either it can be 20, 20 or it can be 8%, 8%. If both the values are same, if he bought something and each is the word there, then definitely you don't want to solve the question. You can directly say answer will be no profit and no loss. If you want to solve, I can solve and show one question. First horse is how much rupees? 1200. Second horse is how much rupees? 1200. He bought two horses, one for 1200, another for 1200. He sold one horse for how much profit? 10%. So 10% profit. What about the 10%? 120. So 1200, 120 is the profit. So 1320. So he sold the first horse. Selling price of the first horse will be 1320. So similarly, he sold the second horse with 10% loss. So 10% loss, 120 minus 1200, 10% will be 120. So minus 120 because of loss. So this will be 1080. So when you add both the value 1320, right? So first selling price, second selling price will be 1080. When you add these two values, so after selling two horses, he totally got 2400. What is the cost price? When you add the first horse and the second horse price is also 2400. So which means the cost price as well as the selling price both are equal. Yes or no, right? He bought two horses for 2400. When we calculate the final selling price is also 2400, then the meaning here is he will not get any profit as well as he will not get any loss. So the answer will be no profit and no loss. So when you should say this answer without solving this, right? Without solving this, when you should say directly the answer is no profit, no loss, if both the percentage value should be same. 10, 10 or 20, 20 or 8, 8 or 3, 3, whatever be, both the percentage value should be same. If it is same, then the answer will be no profit and no loss. If it is different, one is 10%, second is 8%, then you have to solve the question. You have to solve either by a traditional method or a simplified traditional method. You have to solve and then you have to find the final answer, right? No doubt, right? Okay. So lesson number 5, you have to solve in a different way because he bought the two horses. It's a selling price. So from the selling price, our target is to find what is the cost price, and then we have to solve the question. Third question will be completely, lesson number 6 will be completely different. Why? Because we don't know the horse price itself, because two horses total will be 1200. So horse 1 price we don't know, horse 2 price is also we don't know. So for solving the question will be a different case. All the three models are important because you can able to see in most of the exams. When you just take and see the memory based question papers, you can able to see in most of the exams previous lesson question you can able to see more, and all these 3 lessons questions you can able to see more, right? So friends, now let me move on to only one question, because this lesson number 4 does not contain any huge concepts. Similarly, lesson number 5 also, it does not contain any huge concept. Just only one method is enough to solve the question, right? I will teach you that in this lesson number 4. So here is the first question we are going to solve in this video. Only one question I am going to solve in this video to understand the difference, right? So just see here, Ramesh bought 2 horses for 1200 each. He sells one at a profit of 10% and he sold another at a loss of 5%. In case if both the values are same, just now I have told you, here also 10%, here also 10%. If there is a question like that, then you don't want to solve the question. You can directly say the answer for the question is no profit, no loss. But in case if the values are different, Here you can able to see one horse at 10%, another horse at 5%. Then you have to solve the question and then only you have to finally find the answer, right? Directly you can't able to say it. So first I will teach you the traditional method how to solve it. So 1200 first horse price, second horse will be 1200, and the first horse is sold for 10% profit, right? So 10% profit will be 1200 plus 120. So 10% of 1200 will be 120. So when you add both the value, 1320. So 1320 will be the selling price of the first horse. So similarly the second horse is sold at 5% loss. So what about 5%? 12 into 5 will be 60. So 60 will be loss. So when you subtract 1200 minus 60, 1140. So 1140 will be the selling price of the second horse, right? So now when you add both the values, so just add both the values. So 0, 4, 6, 4, 2, 4, 6, 0. So the total selling price of 2 horse will be 2460. What about the cost price? So 1200, 1200, 2400. So 2400 will be the cost price of 2 horses, and selling price of 2 horses will be 2460. So our target is to find the profit or a loss percentage, right? So what about profit percentage? How will you find profit percentage? We have learned in the second lesson itself. So profit divided by cost price into 100. So cost price is how much? Cost price will be 2400 into 100. So what about the profit here? 2400 is the cost price. 2460 is the selling price. So 60 rupees will be the profit. So 60, that's it. So we can cancel 0, 0 here, 0, 0 here. So 60 divided by 24, right? So that's it. So this will be the answer when you divide these two values. So this will be something. So 2.5% profit. Yeah, that's it. So answer for this question is 2.5%. Understood or not, right? So this is the way you have to solve the question in lesson number 4. So I hope now you understood, right? What is the major difference between lesson 4, lesson 5 and lesson 6. Lesson 4 bought, lesson 5 will be sold, selling price has been given, and lesson number 6 the word each is not given. That is the difference between all the 3 lessons. So now entering into lesson number 4. So lesson number 4 there are 2 models. Lesson number 4, if the 2% values are same, you don't want to calculate and find the answer, you can directly say answer for the question is no profit, no loss. So now when you enter into this second concept, if one value is 10% profit or another value is different, for example, if these two values are different value, you have to calculate and you have to find the final answer. But there is a small shortcut. Instead of adding these two values and instead of subtracting, doing everything, you can do one simple method here. Here itself you can able to find the answer. 10% profit, right? So 10% profit is how much? 120. Yes or no? 120 is the profit. 5% loss. So 5% is how much? Minus 60. So 120 minus 60 will be 60. So the total you will get a profit of 60 rupees. That's it. Understood or not? At 5% loss, so minus 60, 120 is the profit. So 120 minus 60, resultant answer is 60. So which means the total profit what you got is 60 rupees. You don't want to add and subtract with the total. You don't want to do all those things. You can directly here itself. In case if you are getting an answer in negative, then it is loss. If you are getting an answer in positive, then it is profit. That's it. You can able to find it, right? So friends, it's a very small video actually, just to understand what is the concept of lesson number 4. Next video will also be small. 5 will also be small. Only the 6th lesson will be a little bit different way. We have to solve a question by a equation model. So that too easy, I will teach you the shortcuts, right? So friends, thank you so much for watching this video, right? So again, practice is more important. Do not forget to visit my website feelfreetolearn.com, or else visit my mobile application Feel Free to Learn app, Google Play Store. You can able to find it. Inside that quantitative aptitude reasoning session, just you can able to see many topics are there. So try to practice all the questions what I have given on the test series, so that practice is more and more important to solve the question in your exams. So here we are learning everything. So there we are going to practice, and then if you go and solve in the questions in your exams, you can easily crack it. So friends, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you really like it, share this video to your friends, those who are preparing for the competitive exams. So thank you so much for watching it. Bye.